Just let's start with the offense. Talk about your quarterback, Trey Shepard, and the backfield.
Well, I mean, he's a veteran now. You know, he came in early last year. Zep went out, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he only lost 2 games and took us to the regional championship. So he's where he needs to be. He's got bigger, he's got stronger, and he understands the offense a little more. As far as the backfield, you know, we got those 2 guys back, particularly McKinley Nelson and Jatwan Stafford. Those guys got a lot of experience, and we expect good things out of them.
And you're strong on your wideouts. Talk about some of your receivers. Obviously, the number 1 guy is Trayvon Kenyon, but the accompanying cast.
Well, he's got Tyshawn Houston that looked good all summer. We expect big things out of him. And our backup quarterback, Ronnie Smith, is going to see a lot of action at that X position. He looked well. He looked like one of the better guys out there this year at that X position. So, you know, we expect to see a lot out of him as well. And we got a couple of backup guys that you can expect to see a lot on the field too.
In terms of your offensive line, how's that looking, protecting all those valuable assets that you have?
Well, we lost a couple key players last year. I mentioned the Goins kid, we lost him. Lost a couple other kids. But Coach L, you know, I got a lot of confidence in him. By the time we have our first game, they'll be ready to go.
And on the defensive line?
We still tweaking here and there. And Coach Goins, you know, we got a lot of guys that can play inside. Got a lot of guys that can go outside. As far as making that decision, we probably won't make that decision going into the first game. But we got a lot of bodies there, a lot of numbers, so we like what we see.
Your secondary looks pretty sharp. Talk about some of the key players on that side.
Well, once again, you got Stafford there that played last year, started there. And you got J.J. Phillips that played there last year and started. So we expect those guys to be leaders. We do have a young guy, which is a freshman, that's opened up a lot of eyes in the summer. So you'll see a freshman back there this year. We expect a lot of things out of him.
Now you're coming into a realignment now. You're thrown in with a lot of the big boys, and I believe it's you and Weddington right now leading the county and with the fewest returning starters right now. I think you have 7 or 8, and Weddington the same thing. Mm-hmm. So what type of problems does that pose for you as a coach with a lot of young guys?
We're going to take it away. We took it all year. Our sophomores, if they wasn't on varsity, they were getting a lot of reps on JV. As far as that conference, we know it's one of the toughest conferences in the state. We know that. But we also look at it like this. If you take those teams that we played last year, they were non-conference, and now they're in our conference. So we're familiar with who we're going against. And we tell our kids all day, it doesn't matter who you're going against. You know, your job is to go out there and compete. It's our job to coach.
And in terms of the expectations and the goals that you have short-term for the ball club coming out of the gate 2 weeks from now?
Well, you know, we've been practicing since we started summer ball, and it's all about August 18th, which is Anson High School. Our focus is on Anson right now, and we one of those teams we take one step at a time.